Hey, you guys, it's Lula. Today, I want you to focus on not giving a fuck. It's really important. So many people are consumed with what other people think of them, how they're going to be perceived. And I found that it doesn't matter if I'm right, it doesn't matter if I'm wrong, it doesn't matter what I say or how I say it. If someone is feeling a certain way towards me and then they open something I send to them, they're going to read it in a reactionary state. So they will read it from the place that they're in. If they're in a really good place, they may read it from a more loving heart. If they're having a shitty day, then you are the one. You are the one that they're going to take it all out on, all of it, all the shit. Kill people with kindness, blah, 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 like all of these things, right? Like if you're, like I say this all the time, whatever you put out into the universe, you get back. That's true. However, we have free will, all of us. So if someone's free will is to spew their hate on you, there's really nothing you can do. You can take it, not take it, listen to it, not listen to it. We are in very interesting times. And all of us are all working from our own level of consciousness and our connection to ourselves and the oneness of the universe, which is us. And once you really genuinely understand that we are all one, that's why we have to really protect our energy. Because once we realize there's so much more than this third dimension, I've been working more with the fourth and the fifth dimensions, and, which are all one and the same anyway. I mean, it's so, sometimes I have such a hard time just trying to explain it to people that I just clam up, or like when my mom was here, I just go back, I revert to a certain person. And recently I had something happen where I found myself reverting back to a certain part of myself because that part of myself could actually handle that situation more than who I feel I am. Does that make sense? So we are going to work on this together. The art of not giving a fuck. Because that's what it is. It's like an art. It's like a dance. I've been consumed the last few days with getting back on track and trying to realign my life. And, and with each hit I'm getting, I'm just like, you know what? I choose to be happy. I choose where to put my energy. And I no longer concern myself with whether or not this person is going to like me, whether or not this person is going to hate me. All I can do is put up my Glinda the Good Witch bubble and deflect their negative, poisonous arrows. That's all I can do. I know who I am. People can tell me who they think I am and their perception of me or their experience with me. But most of the time, when we're really angry about something, it's because someone is mirroring something that we don't want to see in ourselves. Or it's because they can't see anything else. And so instead of looking at you in a good light or looking at things from your point of view when you were going through that situation, they don't care. All they care about is what you did to them, what happened to them. We can't control that. All we can do is take ourselves out of the situation, block their information, block their number, stop contact with them, even if it's a family member. It's hard. I understand. There's nothing you're going to tell me that I can't at least empathize with in some capacity. I'm in gratitude for the way I was raised and for the people around me who challenged me constantly to ask myself who I was and what I wanted. Because how can they help me when I didn't even know what I wanted? I didn't even know who I was, I had that conversation with my mom when she was here. It was a rough conversation, actually. I was very emotional. I was shaking. And then, I could see my mom was like, oh, shit, because she didn't realize, or maybe she did, I don't know, but when we first started talking about what I do and my gifts, she allowed me to have that conversation with her. And so I was really treading lightly, but trying to find languaging she would understand. And, but I slowly saw her face go from caring and understanding to this kind of like very sad, very judgmental face. And that's okay because I mean, I had to block a lot of things with my mom because I can like hear things and I can, this is the thing with my gifts. I wish I could make people understand because I don't know how to put it into words, but I really do know what you're saying. Even if you say nothing to me, I know. It's part of my gift and feels like a curse sometimes, especially with the ones that I love and care about. Because I see the things they don't even see in themselves, or I see the things that they refuse to see. And so with really close people to me, like my mom, I had to be really mindful. We are both really powerful entities. And so even though she may not 100% remember who she is, I know who she is and I can see who she is. And so I just have to like let her be who she is, just like she had to let me be who I am. But it was hard. It was hard to see those looks on her face, looking at me like that, because it's not a face that you want your parent to look at you like. And when it started to really affect me, I just broke down and I was like hysterically crying, like where I was like, Mom, I'm like, I need you to listen to me. And then I saw her change because then she became my mom again. And I was like, it doesn't matter if you believe it or believe me or any of it. I'm like, but I am your child and you know me. So it just goes to show, even when we're that close to somebody, I was inside of her body. I grew life. My life grew inside of her womb, inside of her body. But we are still who we are. And if one person doesn't believe in something, it doesn't matter what I say. She'll still love me, you know? And I don't want to get into that because I really love my mom and she was incredible. And every person that met her, all my friends were like, dude, your mom's amazing. I'm like, I know, she's a beautiful human being. I mean, yesterday Sarah was like, I love your mom. And Sarah went to high school with my mom, but they haven't seen each other in, 50 years, more than 50 years. Isn't that crazy? And she said something cute like, your mom growed up good. And I said, she did, didn't she? And she said, she's really lovely. And I said, yeah, she is. And she is. And she's amazing. I am this loving being because of my mom. Absolutely. A huge part of that, because I spent a lot of time just me and her one-on-one, especially after my parents got divorced. It was just me and my mom against the world. And she actually started crying, singing that song, You and Me Against the World. It was so precious. And we had a lot of great memories and conversations. And I wanted to do more. I wanted to like record her and I wanted to do stuff. But I started to realize like even coming here and seeing my world was a really big deal for my mom and for me. And it was beautiful and it was lovely. But the last few days getting back to myself and like really, getting back into my world and into my house. I'm excited. We're going to paint soon. That's really exciting. I started to realize, like, slowly getting back into, this reality that has been created for us, that we really have to just block people out. We just have to block them out. And I'll tell you, this is what the awakening is. And in the Bible, when they talk about how people will just disappear and their clothes will be there or whatever, that's yet to be seen. That may happen. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen. I don't know. I have chosen not to see further than today, unless I'm reading for somebody or it's something that spirit feels like I have to see. Other than that, I've been really careful about where I'm putting my energy and how I am assimilating my energy, because I do feel like, even though I know more about myself and I'm more connected, I do feel like I live this dual existence, where I'm super connected to, source consciousness, and I understand that none of this is real. But then there's another side of me that's like, I'm still here and I'm living the human experience, and living among people who have not awakened yet. So, it's really profound, and it's so multi-layered that it's impossible to really explain it to someone who isn't ready to hear it. And I realized that I stopped, or I am stopping. I'm stopping helping people that aren't ready to be helped, like for real, that aren't ready for the next process or the healing. I've just kind of pulled myself back with each person, with each situation. I have like sat with spirit and been like, okay, is this good? Is that good? Should I work on this? Should I work on that? Who should I work with? Um, and and I'm realizing I'm allowing people from my past and some people from my present to talk to me a certain way or treat me a certain way, and feel there'll be no consequences there. And there are. If I'm silent, if I walk away from you and I'm quiet, it doesn't mean I hate you. It doesn't mean I don't want to talk to you. It just means that we are in different places. And I know from my own understanding and from both of our, higher selves, that we're not ready to have that interaction yet. It doesn't mean I'm never going to talk to you again. It doesn't mean I whatever. I really mean it when I say to people, I send you love and light and caring and understanding. I am that loving being. And in order for me to continue to be that person, I have to just be like, whoom, and get fucking real, and just literally just push people out of, just out. I'm becoming very selective of who is in my core people. And, my dad used to say, you're blessed if by the time you're 40, you can even count, five people, on one hand, how many friends you have in your life. And I have been blessed to have like 30 or 40. I mean, sometimes I'll send a mass text to people when I'm going off the grid and I'm like, wow, I'm really blessed. Like, holy shit. But then I started to realize like a lot of these people are not actually my friends. They're just people that we've helped each other, or we've spent time together, or, or we're just taking a break and we'll come back together, And so for myself right now, I'm going to really be, feel free to text me or email me if you want to work with me one-on-one. But I genuinely, or if you want me to do group sessions, because I actually have been feeling like I'm supposed to teach too. So I don't know what's up with that. I'm leaving it open. But other than that, I'm going to be very, very to myself for the rest of this year. At least, well, I shouldn't even say that for now, because I have no idea. Planning is silly, you guys. It really is. I mean, we can plan so much, right? But we really, anyway, have a blessed day. I pray that whatever messages were in here helped you in some way. Believe in yourself, take care of yourself and the closest ones to you, and be really mindful of who you're sharing your time and your energy with, because it is priceless and it's yours. And you need to covet it. I'm going to be doing that for myself. All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Blessed be. Aho.